Yeah, what's going on, everyone? How you doing? And welcome to this kind of like a thoughts video. Maybe it's also a video where I'm looking for some advice, and I'm also looking for some input from you, not people who watch me, but maybe people who watch me as well, but mainly from people who are experienced in YouTube and Twitch and things like that. Now, just a bit of a background. My name is Boyman Beard. I have been streaming, I think maybe since before, maybe just after COVID began. I did my stream started with Resident Evil mods, things like that, really heavily into the Resident Evil. I took a very significant break after COVID ended. I went back to work, and then my streams became intermittent, and then eventually I kind of didn't stop streaming, but it was put to the wayside for other things. And then I had a YouTube channel dedicated to putting VODs up that I did for Resident Evil mods, things like that. And that's kind of where the channel began. That's where it grew from. And since then, my content has changed. The things I've done have changed. I've gone from kind of Resident Evil, went back into fighting games, which is another passion I have. I have a lot of passions in gaming. It's difficult when you've got so many games you love. You get to talk about all sorts. But fighting games is one of my big passions. And I started to go back into the Tekken scene with the release of Tekken 8. Really tried to build the channel up from there using Tekken content, taking some sort of tips and tricks from other fighting game content creators, things like that. But as the time went on, I really enjoyed talking like I'm doing now, and really discussing things like about the channel, about ideas, things I've seen, videos, trailers, games, commentary, stuff like that. And the channel's kind of taken form there. It's kind of gone into that kind of reaction, commentation, and maybe hopefully in one day collaboration, because I love having conversation and collaboration. Now, it went from there was a significant growth spike. I went from 600 subscribers. I was on that for a very long time. Then it's shot straight up to 822 from there. And I found kind of like my kind of ebb and flow. But the reason I'm asking for your advice or your help, or anyone out there wants to throw me a bone, essentially, is I'm looking for kind of like, what's the best option, because I want to stream on Twitch again, but I also want to do, things I enjoy. I enjoy playing Tekken, but I also enjoy playing other games. But then I don't know whether to stream on YouTube or stream on Twitch. Even though I have my Twitch at the moment, so if we move over to there, a Boyman Beard, here it is here. This channel was always quite Resident Evil focused. This is why I have the 1.7k followers. And I always was into the Resident Evil side of things. I never really, there was no reason I fell out of it. I just stopped doing it, and I went into other avenues. I mean, I could go back to the Resident Evil stuff, but then I'll need to change all my graphics and go back to kind of like the Resident Evil side of things. The name changed. The name actually used to be Can You See Him? That was kind of my Resident Evil moniker. I went to the Boyman Beard one because I kind of wanted to kind of. It was a brief gap, and the gap was quite long, and I didn't want to kind of just come back and start playing Resident Evil, and and I think it's kind of one of those mental taxing things where you have a viewership and the viewership disappears. I still have the consistent regulars, but I don't know whether it's worth me going back to the Resident Evil side of things as much as I enjoy it, and then use YouTube as kind of the avenue to explore other things. So yeah, I'm kind of in that kind of like that kind of weird kind of transition period where I really enjoy what I do on the YouTube, but then it doesn't correspond to what I do on the Twitch channel. So then I don't know whether or not I don't know how to link the two, if that makes sense. I don't know what they're not gelling for me. This is where you come in, where I need some advice. So it's kind of like I don't know whether to continue on Twitch and just all go back to the Resident Evil side of things, kind of go into that again, and keep the YouTube as a separate entity and do that as it is, or gel the YouTube side of things with the Twitch side of things, and maybe do something, or maybe just carry on with the fighting games and then just don't worry about it. And again, it's I mean, there's the disconnect there I'm talking about. There's that massive disconnect. Now, I think for me personally, I think streaming on Twitch is fine. It's all well and good, but I don't want to. I come on to play Tekken for X amount of hours and I stop, and I don't feel like I've gained anything. I feel like I could just play Tekken by myself and and whatever. But then it's like on YouTube, I enjoy making videos like I'm doing now, and stuff like that. So it's like, what do? Do I just carry on doing whatever I want here. Like at the minute I played a little bit of Metaphor, Tekken 8, Final Fantasy, Bouncer, doing some retro achievements. Again, a little bit of Resident Evil, things like that. But it's like, what do I do from there? How do I channel this energy into this energy again? I don't feel like I have to go. I don't want to put myself back into that kind of like flow of doing something because I know that I've done it before and I know that it works. I've always wanted to kind of explore and expand. I think I'm asking myself the questions, but I don't have all the answers. So that's why I'm asking you. It's you who's watching this video. But yeah, that's kind of where I am at the minute with that. It's very, very short and sweet to the point. But yeah, I mean, look at all my content was Resident Evil based for a long period of time. It was all Resident Evil based here, as you can see. It's all Resident Evil based. And as you get to the sort of the latest stuff, it's all been kind of reactionary trailers, getting things like that, upcoming stuff, things like that. That's how it's changed over time. And the Twitch, was generally just the Resident Evil side of things. As you can see, there's a few Resident Evil streamers here I've got on at the minute, and a few other people I've met along the way in the Tekken side of things. But then it's also kind of like, what do I do? Do I keep this as the Tekken side of things and just keep this as it's doing now, or do I try and gel the two, which is where I'm kind of getting kind of stuck on. But yeah, any advice would be appreciated. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And as for anything else, I'll finish it off with saying, I'm Boy Man Beard. I like to stream on Twitch. Please follow if you'd like. If not, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll keep making content such as this. And yeah, awesome stuff. That's about it really. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the comments if there are any. If not, no big deal. You've reached the end of this video, and you'll probably be the one or two people only that did it. So anyway, appreciate it, and catch you on the next one.